So if you're looking to create attention-commanding, transcribed video content for social media, but you're feeling overwhelmed and you don't know how to do it, this video is for you. So I'm recommending a tool called Clipscribe. Clipscribe is going to allow me to upload a video. It's going to automatically transcribe it and give me a bunch of amazing, beautiful templates to choose from so I can share my podcast on social media. So in this video, I just wanted to walk you through the exact steps I take to create one of the videos that I will share on social media to grow my podcast, to get people to stop and stay a little longer. Video is going to go much further than an image. And if your video is transcribed, you can also serve those people who may not have their sound on their phone while they're scrolling. So if you're ready to find out how you can create these amazing videos, let's just dive into the software. Okay, so before we get started, I just want to show you this real quick. I took the video that I recorded and I just clipped out the minute or less than a minute that I wanted to create this video. So different platforms are going to have different lengths that you can use. I'm going to be using this specifically for Instagram. So I know that they have a minute cap. This particular section didn't even come close to a minute, but all I did was I clipped this out of the content that I had. So if you're a podcaster, you just want to try to find that golden nugget that's, within the parameters of whatever platform you want to publish it on, just clip that piece out. That's how we're going to start with this. Now, this is Final Cut Pro. You can accomplish this with iMovie. There's even a free tool called Captions that allow you to edit a video. So you don't necessarily have to have Final Cut Pro in order to do this. All you need to be able to do is clip out the section that you want to make a social media video of. Okay, so here we are at clipscribe.com. I am already logged in. If you weren't logged in, this would be something you'd need to do. Now, I am simply going to click on My Videos. Now, this is going to bring up a box that allows me to upload and then shows me all of the videos I have made. So it keeps all these videos. If you need to go back and edit things, you're easily able to do that. So the first step for us is going to simply be to upload that video we exported from Final Cut or iMovie or Captions or whatever software you're using. That really doesn't matter. And I'm just going to go ahead and click upload. And then we can title this video. So I'm just going to call this Clipscribe, and the language is English. And then you need to pick if it was shot horizontally or vertically. So doesn't really matter. You just need to make sure for the orientation that you pick the correct one. This was shot horizontally, so all I need to do is press submit. Now, Clipscribe is going to upload this video to the library, and it's going to actually pull in the video. It's going to start to transcribe that audio. And when it's finished, it's going to send us an email that lets us know, hey, your video is ready to move onward. So I'm going to fast forward through this part and show you once the video is completed, it'll end up in the jobs section here. And then we can actually start to produce this little clip for our social media. All right, so now our Clipscribe job is loaded into our video section, and it gives us the prompt that the titles are ready for design. So that means that we can actually go in, start editing, the transcription's ready for us, and I'm going to walk you through exactly how I make one of these videos. So all I'm going to do is click the plus sign, and it's going to take me to the next screen, which is the layout screen. So they've given you many different options and sort of some indicators of where these play the best. So Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, Instagram TV. So depending on what you're trying to do, you definitely have options. For the most part, I'm posting these on Instagram, so I'll either use 4.5 or 1.1. Those are the ones that I most commonly use. Sometimes I'll do stuff on stories, and this really gives me the flexibility. So I'm just going to go ahead and select the 1.1 format layout, and it's going to give me some options. So I can either select from one of the templates here, or I can start a brand new design from scratch But for the sake of time, I just started with the template. And then I saved my template so I can use it over and over again, so it matches my branding, so it just makes this more efficient. The whole idea here is that I want to quickly create a social media post. I don't want to spend hours and hours doing it on some other type of platform. So let's just go into my template, which I'm going to use for this video. It's going to load us up and bring us to the creation station within Clipscribe. All right, so this is what it looks like when you're actually creating one of these videos. So the first thing you're going to see is a couple of cues up here where you can save your template or you can update a current template, and you can copy this. I really recommend saving often. Anything can happen on the internet. Your connection can go down, and if you don't save, you might lose some of the work you've done. And then, of course, at the end, we're going to actually make the video. So there's a couple ways that you can play the audio here, which I'll show you in a minute. But this is really the visual screen, right? So this paintbrush here allows us to augment this text and color scheme and all that. So for this instance, I'm just going to say why I love, and then I'm going to put Clipscribe for social media. Now you can see that my text got too big here. So there's two things we can do. We can either change the font or we can change the size by just simply dragging this slider till we get the size that really makes sense. And then from there, we can actually move this text wherever we want it. So you may have to do some finagling. You might have to get creative with how you're either describing your video. You might need to use less words if you want the text to be much larger, and you might need to move it around. So that's just something to keep in mind. We can change the fonts on these. They give you a bunch of swanky fonts here. So depending on your style, depending on what you like, you can get a quick little look at what that font looks like up top and apply that. So I'm just going to keep what I have here because this, again, is my template. Now the top bar design is essentially what that's going to be. So if I go into colors, I can change that color. Oh, click the wrong box. I can change that color to whatever my branding is. I can, see it real time. So it gives you the option to really figure out what looks good for your podcast. And then, of course, we can add images. So if you wanted to use a background, like I have this really cool background that I like to use sometimes, you can actually use images here and really take your branding or take your videos to the next level. So I'm just going to leave that there because I like the way it looks. It's clean. The subtitle design is very similar. So we have the ability to change the color, change the font, change the size of the font. You can change the opacity or drop shadowing or blur, things like that. I don't get too crazy in this stuff because I just want to keep moving and making more content. And the bottom bar, this is where, again, we can change the color. If we wanted to make it red for some reason, that's totally cool. And we can, of course, move the video positions. We can really get in there and change that size. I just keep it as it is because it fits my video, this 16:9 ratio, perfectly in that video. And then there also is a canvas design, which I never use because by the time I get down here, I am pretty much finished. But I would say experiment and figure out what works for you. Now, there's a bunch of other features that you can do, like emojis. So you can add an emoji into your clip, put an emoji right there, whatever you want to do to make it your very own. And then, of course, we can also do a countdown bar. So these are really cool because it indicates for the viewer what's happening. So if I add one of these in, I would simply move it maybe here, and then someone, as they're watching, they know that the video is this long. They know they need to stick around. It's a good indicator that this video is going to have a beginning and an ending. All right. I'm just going to go and flip this one back to what it was from my template. And so now I have this timer. I have everything that I need in the video. We're going to move on to the next section here, which is closed captions or transcriptions. So transcription is done automatically, but I have found that there is a little bit of finagling you have to do to make your videos really pop. Sometimes you'll say a word that it doesn't recognize or slang, and so you'll have to do that. So I'm just going to go through here and show you how I would augment this. We can either play directly from the top here, or we can play line by line. I'm just going to go line by line for you for this video, and you can see how easy it is to make this. All right, so here we go. So I just love Clipscribe because I don't have to subscribe to Adobe. Okay, so first of all, I'm going to make Clipscribe one word, and I'm going to take this I because I want to keep this coherent. I want them to be sort of all the same sentences. So that's the first. I don't have to subscribe to Adobe just to get one of their software suites in order to make these videos. Okay, so in order. So I'm just going to copy and paste. If you're not hip to that, it's Command C or Control C and Command V or Control V. I don't like typing too much stuff. I just like to copy what it is and keep moving. In order to make these videos, all I have to do is pay 10 bucks a month and I can make as many videos as I want. All right, so again, I'm going to move this a month up here and get rid of it here. Sometimes they intentionally leave blank spaces, which is cool because you may have a dramatic pause. You may have something you want to say, and that's a nice face. And you're able to, it automatically is going to count for that a month, and I can make as many videos as I want. And it's super easy because, okay, as I want. I want. And it's super easy because it does a lot of the work for me. And once I've picked a template, it's pretty easy to recreate these videos over and over because, hey, I'm a podcaster who's consistent. So I'm going to be consistently. All right, so I said who's consistent, not who is consistent. This is subjective. Like, does that really matter? No, but I'm just going to do this because I'm making you this cool video. Hey, I'm a podcaster who's consistent. So I'm going to be consistently promoting that I have a new episode. And this is a great way where I can share that. I can share my face. I can share my. This is a great way where I can share that. So I'm going to move that over, get rid of this. Now it does do some punctuation. Sometimes you have to augment that. I'm not Mr. Punctuation. So I sort of just, if something sticks out to me, I'm going to change it, but otherwise I'm just going to roll with it. Again, I'm trying to do this quickly so I can get this posted and move on to my next task. Share that. I can share my face. I can share my enthusiasm for what I'm talking about with my audience directly through social media. All right, so directly through social media is something I want to move over here. And let's just take one more peek. Talking about with my audience directly through social media. All right, so there you go. So that was pretty quick and painless. And again, I could watch the video from here. So I just love it and click around. It's going to give me some type of indicator of what I'm saying. I find it easier to use these play buttons and go line by line. So that's how I do it. All right, great. So now that we've made our video and we're happy with it, and if you want to move anything around, you still have the opportunity to do that. Maybe I'll actually just get rid of this emoji because I'm not going to use it. So I can just go back here and just X this out. And it's gone. So you can add those elements, you can add shapes, you can add frames, you can really do a lot in here with this. But I'm done editing my video. So now, and I love this face that's stuck on, I better move that. Okay, so with the closed caption, you can actually upload an SRT file if you already have it transcribed to save you time. You can also download it. So if you need this transcription for something else, you can absolutely do that. And there's a lot of other features that I don't actually use because it's pretty spot on. So when I go to this little tab, doodad, you can see we've got a couple ways to do this. We can export our closed caption. And this is grayed out. The download button, it won't let me download. Oh my goodness, what do I do? Well, the last step is to actually make the video. So when I click make, it is going to start to encode the video. It's going to combine all these layers that we've created into one specific video. That is one file that we can use. So it needs to put that all together. And of course, video needs to be encoded. So this is going to take a couple minutes while it makes the video. We'll just fast forward through this real quick right now. Great. So our video is now completed. So now we have the option to download it. We can add it to our Dropbox, whatever we want to do. I'm just going to download this directly to my computer, and I'm going to airdrop it over to my phone because I'm going to post this on social media and make it very easy. The other thing I could do is export this SRT file, which is going to give me some text that I could potentially use in my caption. And finally, I always just click save just to be careful because you never know with these things. But when I go back to my little arrow here, I am going to see all my jobs. So if I did make a mistake when I'm reviewing it, I can just simply go back in and continue editing. Or if I'm not happy with it, I can completely start over. So if you're ready to take your social media up a notch, go ahead and click that link down below, join Clipscribe, and start sharing the best part of your podcast, which is you.